Hey Horror Hounds, and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video I'm going to be speaking with Darren here about Better Watch Out, which we've both seen twice now. Once at Celluloid Screams, which I briefly discussed about on my previous vlog, and then now at the Abertoir Horror Festival, where we both are. So I absolutely loved the movie again, second time round, and I was worried because I thought once you know the twist, it's not going to be as effective, but actually it was just as much fun. Before we get into things, there will be spoilers in this review. We are just going to get into it, so if you haven't seen Better Watch Out, go watch it and come back to this review. So Darren, let's hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I'm going to be really contrary about it. I've seen it twice as well. It worked better for me slightly more the second time, but again, I've got the same problems I had in the first instance, in that the first 35 minutes of the movie is terrific, the twist is brilliant, but then when the dynamic of the film shifts, then for me the tension just completely dissipates, and the main villain, well, let's just spoil it, the main villain, it's the kid.
And that's the shocker.
And that's the shocker.
That's the shocker.
Yeah.
And you don't see it coming first time round, and I think, apart from the trailer, which is really spoilerific, unfortunately, but like the posters and that kind of thing, it has kind of hidden it all very well. So you just think it is a typical home invasion, and it's this kid, he's the good guy, he's going to protect his babysitter, but it's a lot more twisted than it lets on, and it builds and builds and builds, and as you're saying, that first 35 minutes, where the initial tension begins, and you think, oh, who is the assailant and that sort of stuff, and then it hits you like a ton of bricks. When it's revealed, and then it's like, where's it going to go next? And it keeps pushing and pushing the envelope, and you think, with this kid, is he going to go that far, or is he just messing around? It just keeps on sort of throwing things at the audience, which I think is great.
Whereas I slightly differ in my opinion, in that the conceit's pretty good actually, but it's got to carry the rest of the movie with you being totally convinced that this kid is a psychotic killer. It just doesn't quite work for me. He just comes across an irritating little sod that I just wanted to slap most of the time. If I was in the movie, it would have ended a lot quicker, because I'd have turned up and just said, right, you just sort yourself out.
Bit of discipline.
Yes.
Yeah, bit of discipline, that's what he needs, Obviously he's a spoilt brat, mollycoddled by his mum. That's how it is. He's just like a suburban kid who is literally a spoilt brat and thinks he can get away with anything, and he is quite intelligent, but then at the same time with the ending it flip sides, which is delightful.
Which I did like the ending. There's a really good little kicker at the end where you just actually, we'll not spoil the turtle thing, we'll not spoil the ending, but I'm not saying don't go and see it, because you might have a completely different opinion to this than I do. Certainly the first half of the movie is great, and I wouldn't say that you shouldn't go and watch this movie, because it's really well made. The performances are generally great. Could have done with more of Virginia Madsen and Patrick Warburton.
They were pretty funny.
They're great as his parents. They're so funny. It's just a shame that they're not in. Obviously the plot dictates that they're out of the picture for most of the movie. But when they're on screen, they're absolutely brilliant. So if you're going to go and see it for those two, because they're fantastic.
Yeah, and I think that plays on a lot, with this kind of horror movie that the parents are out of the picture, they're oblivious. It does stick with that kind of trend. And that sort of thing, which is quite cool, and it's got a great soundtrack as well.
It does,
bit of Ramones, so can't go wrong there. I did like that bit, and it's just darkly funny. It's very, very dark and twisted, and I think essentially it is a crowd pleaser. So when it comes out on DVD and it's a home movie by then, is it going to have the same effect? Because you've not got people clapping and enjoying it and being like, oh my gosh, when the sort of impact happens.
No, that is a good point actually. I think it is a good audience movie, and sort of the fact that I'm being quite curmudgeonly about it doesn't really sort of give the effect. I've just seen it here at Abertoir and it went down really well. So I think it's probably that I'm just watching too much Italian stuff. Because I was expecting it to be really, really dark, and it does go some fairly dark places. But I think the problem I have with it is that it gets to a certain point, and rather than sort of push too far, it it's almost a bit reticent to show you everything. It pulls back. Now, for most audiences, that's probably absolutely fine. So, you know, it's probably me being a bit sort of disillusioned and sort of watching all of this sort of gory Italian stuff over the years, which is probably numbed my sensitivity.
Yeah, it's obviously a big contrast though with like all the giallo things that we are watching. But yeah, it is very well made. It's beautifully shot, as we just discussed. And I've noticed a trend recently with a lot of the American movies how it's all really brightly lit and suburban and that kind of thing. And it's like there's the babysitter, for example. There's that Little Evil, I think that's what it's called on Netflix. And then there's Happy Death Day as well. And they're all very sort of got a bit of a cheesy edge to them as well, and they're crowd pleasers, and sometimes the horror isn't in the foreground, and I think with this it is and it isn't, because at first it's, you know, it starts off like quite a domestic setting. It could easily start to be like a comedy or something, like a buddy comedy, you know, when it first begins, but then it does enter dark territory, and that's what I like. I love films that do that really take those kind of twists.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's a really bold move that they've done. You know, it's going one way, and then all of a sudden 35 minutes in it takes a complete left turn, goes into somewhere completely different. It's almost like two movies stuck together. And to be honest, for all its faults, I would rather have somebody trying to take this sort of risk in a movie than just kind of have this, you know, standard home invasion stuff where you just know what's going to happen next. So despite my reservations about the movie, I'm kind of glad they took it the way they did. It just didn't quite land for me.
And that's totally fair. So we'd love to hear your thoughts on Better Watch Out, so please give us some comments below so we can get a cool discussion going, as I love that sort of stuff. I'll put all my social media links in the description box below, so you can check out everything that I do. And then Darren also writes for his own blog, so do you want to tell the camera a little bit about that?
Yes, if you've not been put off by my comments about Better Watch Out, my blog is called The Strange Colour of DJ's Reviews. And you can also find me on Twitter at Darren_Gaskell. So if you want to come by, you know, leave some comments. There's lots of reviews there. Any feedback's great. Just don't be too hard on me about this one.
Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.